Now then, Sammath, how are we doing? Let's chill, one night stand. This time we're climbing into bed with Tharsis.
Waited for us. But when we finally came, it was to answer a call.
I thought the intro video were longer than that. Alright, if you don't know this game, I believe it started as a board game, but this is a dice rolling, moving to places, employing kind of game. Hopefully the sound effects are fine, because I can't be asked messing around and doing this. The whole point of Let's Chill is that I don't have to do that. Right, here we go. This game is hard. Okay, easy, normal, or hard. We're going to play on easy, because I'm hoping I'll be able to get through one playthrough without losing. I'm going to go with random crew. There are two people I haven't unlocked yet for various other reasons. Okay, so we got a specialist, we have a mechanic, we have a technician, we have a pilot, no captain. I'll explain the rest when the board starts.
For any disaster, for every disaster, not all of them at once. We can't turn back, but how can we go on?
Micrometeoroids, apparently, have destroyed the pantry and crippled the ectomy. J. Cross been ejected into space, and Mapaya Musgrave suffered a fatal injury. So there's a dead person. Your new goal is to survive. We have 10 rounds before we get to Mars. 10 weeks, allegedly. And during that time, shit keeps going wrong. As you can see here, we have got meteoroid strike there and PCA errors. I don't know what PCA error is, but they have certain effects. That is going to do 1 damage to the hull. That is an effect that will eliminate 1 dice from each people at the end of this turn. How we actually do things, let's get into showing you. Okay, so having a technician in Meteorite Strike Room is kind of handy, and they're both stasis blue dangers. So I don't feel like I'm going to be wasting them. So we will choose Joyly, and we will deploy to the engine room, I think it is. Okay, right. You roll your dice. You have 3 dice to roll. Oh my god, what an utter sham of a dice roll that is. So there's various things you can do. We had 3 dice to roll. Once you roll 3 dice, and you lose 1 of your dice. This person has a special ability, which is if you get 5 or more, you can put them there. Hull repair, you have to have equal numbers, and you will repair 2 hull if you got an equal number in the second one, and then 1 more in the third one. Down here, research projects. You put numbers, as you might imagine, in those slots. You can only have 1 in a slot at a time, and then you spend 2, 3, 2, or up to 6 research points on one of these 3 research projects. You can renew them by spending a point, pressing that button. These are dangers. Stasis victimizes a dice that's rolled as the same number and means you can't re-roll it. Up here we have assists. If a danger hazard is activated on dice, we had 1 assist when we came into the room. It was used on that one to avoid the stasis from taking over that one. Right. Given that we have very low hull, and I'm in the engineer type room where I can do two hull repair, which would be good. I think I'm going to do that with such a dog shit roll. We're not going to get better than the 1. Yeah, fuck it. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So we've got two more hull up there. Every single person has a second as a re-roll that they can do. And if you like a number but you don't want to actually use it yet, put it in dice hold, and then you can re-roll the dice that are still left there. Let's re-roll that. Oh, seriously. I think it's better off putting... Someone's going to have to come in here to take care of this room anyway. It would probably be better off put down in research projects, because if we get another 1, then we can turn that into 7. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Specialist, I believe their special is... Yes, they have 2 rerolls to specialists. Pilot's special is he can ignore movement damage. If you move through into a room with a hazard, then you don't take any damage. But if you move out of a room that has a current acting hazard, you will take 1 damage. And 1 for each room that you move out of, but not move into. Mechanic special is he can do that 5+ that the technician did to get assists, or could have done, to do that to repair 1 hull. And there are a whole host of different people like that. Okay, if we use the specialist, because the specialist is missing 4 life, and this is the crew bay, sorry, the med bay, then any dice she has left over that's high enough, she'll be able to turn into full bar health. And she's got 4 dice and extra reroll, so that's very likely. 4 dice to do 12 is fairly sure you're going to get that as well. Oh, what utter gash! Oh, I'm not normally a fan of dice games, but we will be on this one. Right, we're going to put 1 there, as we said before. We're going to use special tools. 1, it's 7 repair of a module. You have to be using an active person to use those kinds of repairs. Then we can put the 4 and the 1 up there. And we can't re-roll that. Because even though we've completed the event and the status no longer exists, it's still got statist. Okay, that we will do there then. At least that problem is over and done with. On the left here is stress. This room down here, 5 or more, you can put that in there and relieve your stress. Contacting home or something like that. This one is food. This one is regaining dice, which essentially is the same thing as food. This is the ability to move through rooms without taking damage, much like the pilot does already. Okay, so I'm going to send the mechanic to the meteoroid strike. And if he finishes, I'll send the pilot to alleviate his stress. I think that sounds like a good idea. At the beginning of every turn, then you get 1 assist, but you don't get any food. You have to harvest food. Right, okay, please, for the love of God, do not give me another shit dice roll. Okay, 11. We have 11. I was hoping for a little bit friendlier than that, but we finished that thing going wrong. Tomorrow... next week. This week, we've got 2 green events. Next week, so we've got a green event and a yellow event. Yellow event's more difficult to do and will do more serious consequences. Okay, pilot. Yes, I'm going to send you... I should make sure that increase assist. You can deploy and back straight out again. It gives you 3 assists. We will send him to get his stress down. If I recall correctly, the reason why you do that is about to get known. So we're hoping for a 5 or 6, and we have 1 reroll. Fantastic. Get your stress down. Finish. Now he's got no stress.
Moods are turning sour. The crew's and my own. But if I can't lead them, we're all dead. I need to get it together.
Okay. The more stressed they are, the more ridiculous their proposals as to how to help. In this case, minus 30% stress for all crew is actually a fantastic idea, and at the cost of 1 hull is pretty cheap. For those 2, we would only lose 1 dice, because you have to have always 1 dice, and plus 1 food would be a great addition. But early on, just killing all that stress off would mean that we have much more to work with in terms of their ideas. Like they won't come out with plus 30 stress if you don't choose my option, and my option is minus 2 hull for 1 dice, that kind of stuff. Oh, I hope you can't hear that. Okay, no, it's stopped. Good. Yes, so I'm going to go with 30% stress for all. We're fairly good on hull. Right, now, a way that I go into this, a plan that I use, is I will usually find someone who is best at effecting big repairs, and I will keep them fed with dice, however I end up doing it. Captain is normally a very good way of doing that, but we don't have a captain. The obvious choice there would be the technician, because she has more rerolls. The pilot would be good in order to get to that awkward one, but taking 1 damage, technician would be able to take that on the face. So I'm going to give it to technician. We can view the ship in between. Pretty much the only reason you do that is to remind you of what's coming, and what these are, but still. Actually, I should remember that I've got an MCC override there. Quick patch is nice but unnecessary. And no movement damage is probably not going to be particularly useful, but it might turn out to be useful. Okay, right then. These purple ones, I'm going to close the door so the cat doesn't wander in. These purple ones are void. Now stasis held it and stopped you from being able to re-roll them. These ones will just eliminate the dice entirely. They are completely and utterly brutal. I was doing fabulously well on a normal difficulty game, and I lost about 7 dice to voids, and I ended up just about escaping, like with 1 guy and 1 health. It was ridiculous. Okay. Now, the technician has enough dice to not concern themselves too much with losing 1 dice up there. But the pilot don't want to lose 1 dice at all here. If I bring the specialist in here, they really ought to be able to fix it. And I can maybe send the pilot up to regain more dice up there. That sounds like a good idea. I'm going to send the specialist. Oh! Technicians get +2 assists, not re-roll. Damn, that was a mistake. I haven't played specialist technicians for a while, so I forgot their colour. Okay. In that case, I'm going to send the specialist up to this one. Like, it doesn't I could actually feasibly leave that one. Just leave it and never go in there again, because it sysfail, it stops the room from working, but we're all good for stress. Really need to fix that, and it means that we'll be able to concentrate our efforts elsewhere. So I'm inclined, especially as a pilot's in there and he's not going to get hurt, I'm inclined to actually leave that to it. Right, let's send the technician up to this room up here. They might need to use more than one assist, but they can renew their own assists anyway. Oh, come on! Fucking tits alive! Alright, we'll hold the 5. I don't have a choice but to hold the 2s. I can use 1 there. And we'll put that one there. I'm going to re-roll that. If I can get a 4, 5 or 6, a 6, Void's going to eliminate that dice. Well, if they do, it doesn't really matter. Okay, no, they didn't. Right, so we'll put a 5 there. I'm going to do 17 repair on that module. Put a 1 in there. And a 2 in there. Okay. Huh, I just got an achievement for sciencing a room. I think it said I'm going to science the fuck out of this room or something like that. Sounds pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to send the pilot in here to regain dice. This room, they have to be the same number, but you only need to put in 1 dice to actually affect your earnings. So it doesn't matter what dice roll this guy's going to get. He didn't take any damage because he was a pilot. And I'm just going to put it in regain dice. And he's going to regain himself 2 dice. Food, when you use food, replenishes 3 dice. But you don't. You can go through this entire game without eating. Okay, right. We're looking pretty solid. Specialist could heal themselves. But a specialist is going to do better actually harvesting me some food, I think. And I'll have the mechanic go in that room and maybe heal the ship and maybe heal himself. What we want here are pairs. None of them are pairs. I could put 3 down and actually heal them while they're in there. Okay, repair arm. And I've got 2 rerolls to try and get a pair, and I'm going to do that now. If I get a pair on any of them, then I'll put them in there. If I don't get a pair after 2 rerolls, then just go back in research projects. Solid. Sorted. We got 1 food. 1 food. Okay, so we've got a mechanic left over. I could bring him in here and have him regain his own dice, which would be nice. I can have him in there going and healing. We don't have a doctor, so healing is going to be a pain in the ass. But having more dice is going to be very useful. We're going to do that. Oh, it has to match a 1. I didn't think of that. Okay, well, we'll put 1 in the hull, and if this isn't a 1, then it will go in research projects. Okay, it goes in research projects. So the ship's looking okay. System failed, but it doesn't do any damage.
I let my fear get the better of me, but the others have proven me wrong. I'm proud of how the crew has come together. I think we might actually have a chance.
Okay. Alright, team, let's make sure we're getting all this work done safely. No sense putting ourselves in even more danger. To add stress to them for 2 assists, I would not say that's worthwhile. We need food and we need it now. +1 food and -1 hull. That's nice. It would put dice straight into silver and straight into Pascal? Don't know how you pronounce his name. Assists are going to be very useful, but they're not going to be particularly useful if there's nothing to do on. Okay, if we've got no dice to use them on, I mean. So we've got a green and a red event coming up next week. I'm going to go for the food. I don't think I'm going to be desperate for the dice, but I'm going at some point in the future to feel like I'm desperate for the dice. And you only lose one per week. Or one per time you actually roll, to be honest. I think you're obliged to roll them. Okay, right. There's a red event. There's multiple problems, multiple hazards, and it's going to do 2 damage. Okay, so the specialist, you're the one with the excess rerolls. Technician. You can create assists, and you're in the room that does assists. Although the pilot could get 9 with 2 dice, use up that 1 assist, and fill that room if he gets a good roll. And he doesn't need to stay there because he can go wherever he likes. He's going to go for that one. Okay. If I give ourselves 3 assists, I think. Yes. And I'm sorely tempted to put them into research, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put them into... Actually, I'll put that one into research. So it can be fixed now with 1 dice. And I'll have the mechanic go in, fix that, and hopefully get us some nice assists. I'm going to have the specialist come and do this meteoroid strike here. This might wipe out all my assists because I've got 5 dice. We'll see how it goes. Only 1. That was very lucky. I am not above admitting when I'm lucky. There's 6. There's 6. I've put the 2 4s. We need a 3+. Sweet! Okay, this run is going exceptionally well. And I'm taken aback by just how well this is going right now. I have the mechanic do this one. Okay, there's a 6. And there's a 5. We'll put a 3 in there. I'm going to hope for a 2, 5, or 6. 5, there we are. You have no idea how many times I've sworn at the computer today because it's given me some really, really, really difficult behaviour. Okay, if I can go and get a food, I can give that pilot more dice. So I'm going to try for that. Right, I'm going to stick the 6 on there. I'm also going to stick the 2 in there. Because it's likely to use the 6 over here. And they both fit in the research progress as well. Oh. God damn, that couldn't have been worse. Okay, right, so I'll do that. I'll put you in, and then I'm going to get +3 hull. That way I don't waste any dice. Okay. Yep, that system ain't working. Never mind, we can't call him.
Food stores, and it looks grim. We lost more than half our supplies with the module. If we don't find some creative solutions, we'll starve before we ever reach Mars.
What could she ever mean by creative solutions? You might have seen one of the characters was called Cannibal. Hey, you aren't listening to me. We need food. We need it now. -30 stress for all crew. Completely eliminate stress from the crew 100%. is so tempting. But that food we can give to the pilot. Because I don't think stress is arguably high enough to actually do that. Don't make that worthwhile. So yeah, we'll have a food. And we'll give that to the pilot. Now, cannibalism. Every time one of your people die, apart from the one got ejected into space, obviously, that one don't count, but every time your people die, you can have up to 3 extra food put into this locker. Obviously, there's only space for 2 left. You get 2 dice instead of 3 dice every time you use one, and it reduces 1 from your max health, but it also causes massive stress. If you're relying on cannibalism, you will note that your people start going a bit loopy pretty quickly. We've got 2 yellow events coming in next week. I think we're perfectly comfortable taking care of 2 yellow events with the dice that we've got. I'm not going to use cannibalism. Oh my god, 2 voids. Brutal. Okay, red dice here. This is an injury. So whereas that is stasis, you can't re-roll it. That is void, it deletes the dice. 3, it costs you 1 life. I have had rooms where it's had 3 injury dice and they're all the same number. Brutal, brutal, brutal rooms. I am thinking that the specialist with her ability to re-roll and replenish assists would do quite well actually taking care of that. So I'm going to try that one. I want the assists because I want to avoid the voids. Avoid the voids. Alright. We would have lost 1 dice. That is an incredible roll. That is unbelievably good. No need to replenish an assist there. Let's keep the 6 and the 6 and the 5. Because... you know what? No, we can do it with the 2 and 2 6s, can't we? I mean, is it worth just getting 1 assist from 1 dice or putting in research project? Because 5 and 6s, as you might imagine, don't go into research very often. I'm going to put it in research. Yeah, I mean, I can use it for getting 1 assist there anyway. Right. Pilot to do this one. The thing is, you have to use assists. If I have the technician actually start it first, use the assists to help her not die, but use her also to get me more assists. Yes. Holy shit. I'm going to take 7 off the difficulty of the room and get that extra assist. I was expecting to need to use it. No. I can't remember how much life the other guys have got. Now, I'll stick it on the room. Like pilot and mechanic, they both got a fair amount of life. We'll have the pilot come in here because he has the greatest chance to get food. We have plenty of assists. He's not going to die. Oh, good lord. Okay. So we've got double 4s. can keep hold of the 6s, because I can go in here and finish the repair. I don't think there's any point re-rolling that. We just get that done. Like that. Okay, this is going incredibly well. Never get complacent. I'm considering clearing this one for the sake of it, but no one needs the stress relief. There's no point in it. We have 1 food to give to the technician. If we have him recover dice and get him some health, some hull for the ship. Okay, none of those are useful. They can't go in research. They can't. Well, one of them obviously can go in there, but they can't go in there. So I'm gonna re-roll all of them. Right. We'll regain you a dice. Hell, we'll regain you both dice. And we'll have an assist and shove that in for there. Okay, preventing voids, fantastic. It's a shame we didn't get the whole point, but we didn't get the whole point, whatever.
A transmission arrived. Not from Earth, but from Mars. From Tharsis. An impossible signal from an impossible source. Is this what we're searching for? Who's transmitting this signal? Was there another mission to Mars? One sent before ours? Or is the message coming from someone else?
Ooh. Okay, 1 food and -1 dice for both of them. +2 health and -1... sorry, +2 hull and -1 health for both of them. That would be a waste of 1 hull point. Whereas, I mean, that would be a net gain of 1 food. We've got a red and a green. A result in us having a semi-useful pilot and a fairly useful technician, but not an especially useful technician. But it's a specialist, actually, that does the rerolls anyway. I'm going to go for the +1 food and -1 dice for us, mainly because going down to 3 life is pretty dangerous. You can die quite easily on 3 life. Yeah, we'll do that one. A technician we're going to give some food to, and I think we'll keep that one until the next turn. On the last week, by the way, I'm going to show you cannibalism just for the sake of it. I should remember. Crikey! Christ on a bike! Oh my god, that's... oh, that's awful. That is absolutely awful. A technician can't get in there. I've got to go in there first, because I'm not wasting my assists on voids when I've got brutal damage in there. Specialist is already there, but +1 reroll doesn't matter quite so much when you can't clear the room yourself. Oh shit. I think we send the pilot in to do it, and then the specialist, hopefully once they've cleared the room, will be able to renew more assists. This pilot's not going to get hurt. He's actually being quite useful. I normally find the pilots a bit pointless special ability. He's been quite useful this time. Well, he didn't get hurt. We'll keep hold of that 4. I want more than 2, please, on 2 dice. Yeah, great, thanks. That sounds like a good idea to me. We just have to throw the other 2 dice into there. I could do one of them too, actually shuffle them. I don't particularly want to lose the prevent void, but don't need void right now. And this is a major problem. Okay, 3 repair for 1, +1 health for active crew, and -30% stress. Right, we'll have the specialist. With this 3 repair to 1 module, I'd like to think that you have this under wraps and you will be able to do an increased assist at the end. I'm hoping. Please don't die. Oh. Let's hold on to the 4. We'll re-roll those 2. Oh my good grief. Yeah, so we can do this with the specialist on our own. Just about. We'll have to spend the duct tape. But it clears this room. Didn't need to do any assist increases because somehow I didn't actually trigger any assists there. I'm absolutely gobsmacked at that. Okay, so the mechanic in there would be good, but to be fair, the technician in there. Although the technician has a skill that she would use herself, but we've got 3 assists. A technician will be able to clear the room, sure. I mean, even if she gets 4 twos, she's cleared the ring. Let's do her. Just in case she gets a 5 and we can heal her up, because she is vulnerable. And she's safe, she's not going to actually get hurt in this room at least. Okay, there we go. So, I need to resolve the problem in the medical bay before I can then activate the use of the medical bay. -30% stress for all crew would be nice. It'll stop as well any conversations in between weeks as giving options for minus stress. I mean, prevent injury is a big one, but usually if you've got a technician, then the assists are good. We're going to get +1 assist at the week anyway. Right, we will re-roll it just for the sake of being able to re-roll it. To be honest, put that down there. Now, are we going to use sedatives right now? I think we have 1 more crew people left to use, don't we? We have the mechanic. Do you want to try and get some food? That sounds like a good plan to me. The pair is a 6s. I'll hold the pair of 6s. I mean, the 1 can go in there. We'll hold on to the 1. We just need pairs. Hey! Okay. You always use from the left upwards, which is a bit of a shame that you can't actually choose which research dice to use. But it doesn't really matter how we're going to do this. We're going to waste a dice. we're not going to waste a dice if we do that. Well, I mean, we are going to waste a dice if we do that. Even if I go for sedatives, it would have cleared for 5s. Damn, that was a mistake putting the 5s there. Should put the 6s there. We can't undo the room. You can't undo decisions. So yeah, if I'd have put 6s up there, then I'd have been able to do the sedatives and put the 5 in there. Damn. Never mind. Well, I'll keep the research project full anyway. Yeah, leave them on jump. Damn. Annoyed with myself for that.
That suit, it's designed for the Ectomi. Nobody has them but us. So who are they? And where did they get them?
Okay. Spend some extra time harvesting food while we work. See it in your eyes. The way you move, even when weightless, I can see you moving slowly. Everyone needs more rest. I don't know why more rest gives them stress, but you know, never mind. Right, so we got 2, 3 dice missing. We've got, oh my god, 2 reds and a yellow coming in. That would have 3 food. I don't want that stress. We don't have the ability to break it down elsewhere. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Mechanic, you're eating human. Have some human. Everyone else has normal food. Don't you just love being alive, Mr. Lavorin? Okay, finish. Everybody has got 5 dice. There's 4 guys. Oh, God! This game's horrible sometimes. It really is. -2 health to all on that one as well. Oh, good grief. The specialist has the re-rolls required. Does that prevent injury? Makes the crew extra alert to avoid accidents. I'm hoping that we can activate it in that room, obviously after we've rolled and got that extra 1. And it will work for this one as well. I don't know if it will. But specialist, get in there. Strangely, what I'm really after in this room is a 1. There we go, there's a 1. Oh! Prevent injury. Oh. Hopefully that lasts for the entire week for all the rooms. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Right, we'll re-roll. And hopefully we'll get some nice big numbers now. We've got a 5 and a 4. Yeah, we'll keep hold of the 4. 4s are good numbers. We don't have any more assists. We didn't really need them other than for that void. But we do have another guy there to fix. Oh! Oh, yeah! Absolutely, my darling. We'll put the 5 up there for the assists. We haven't finished the room. This is a brutal fucking room. Problem is, we're going to have to waste someone's time in that room. The specialist is already in that room. I can take 2 damage on all crew. I'm not going to fix that one. It's not going to hurt the ship. It's just going to hurt the people. I have the pilot come in here and sort this one out because he can leave without being hurt. And the mechanic go in there and sort that one out, and technician will mop up whatever she needs to mop up later. Let's do that. Right, I can roll with freedom. I hope. Well, didn't actually activate any of them anyway. While we're here, we could harvest some food. Stick fire in there. But we could also get better dice rolls. They're not particularly strong dice rolls. Right, we still have a pair of 3s. That is 17 repair. They're going up there for sure. Now my spare mopping up person would need to come in and finish this room. And it's not going to make a difference whether it's 8 or 14 to that person. So we'll get the food. Mechanic can't leave that room to go and fix the pressure overload. Technician plus, you would have your spare dice. Yes, we'll definitely do that one. Nah. Oh my god, that was such a good use. Such a good use. Okay, so we want to be efficient with the use of dice here, really. 2 6s, 12, so I want a 2, and I want a 3. We're full of assists at the moment, so it doesn't matter about that. Yeah. Okay, right then. They're going up there. I want the 3 for the food. Youth, repair, and the 5. That could probably have actually saved a 6 for there. But never mind, we'll do what we've done. Okay, mechanic's last guy. You're able to, hopefully, we have the assists to avoid the void. Hopefully. Because he's... Oh, fantastic. Because he ate human food, all of his dice are now covered in blood. Right, we can solve that. There is 21 right there, and there is a 3 left over. And the only place it's going to go is in research projects anyway. Let's do that, because we're full on hull. So we'll just chuck it down in research projects without even re-rolling. And incredible. Okay. This is obviously everybody hurt. Everyone lost.
The more I see of this video, the more it scares the shit out of me. Who are they? What's going on here? What have we gotten ourselves into?
Right. Okay. A minus 30% stress just for you guys. Or health for everyone and the hull takes some damage. But the hull's got plenty of damage to give. We've only got a green and a red one to do, which is actually going to be fairly straightforward for the amount of dice we have. Everyone has 4 dice. I understand that Pakali is stressed, and Alison could be reduced to 0 as well. But we need the health. We really need the health. We just lost 2 of them, everybody. Right, we're doing that one. Alright, we have 2 food, and 2 of fresh meat. Okay. -1 health to all. ARS of 2 damage to the ship. It's not that big, but it's 2 voids. If you have the specialist get rid of this one, probably use up some assists in the process. I could reduce all stress for crew by putting into research. Okay, right, we'll have you do that one. We don't need to use the assists. How incredible. Right. Let's not be so hasty. Because we don't have anything that can go research projects here, other than this one. Now, I'm going to use a dice stack. I could put the 1 in there. Put the 6 in there, actually. We're going to do that. Okay. Health kits would be nice. Right. Apart from the guy that had to eat people, he didn't even have to eat people. He willingly ate people. Honest. We're all looking pretty solid. This is far and away the best this game's ever gone in the last year and a half for me. And I'm very glad that I'm recording it. Whoever goes in this room is going to use up assists. A lot of them. And the technician is able to recover them. Unless we got like all 4, 5, 6s, which should be pretty chill. Okay, right. 6 and the 5 will hold on to. Re-rolling those 2 seems like a good idea. We'll do that. Okay, right. I could use the 1 to regain a dice. To regain 2 dice. The 5 gives us 2 assists. And the 12 gives some nice repair to make that room actually relatively easy. And the technician is quite happy. Right, we have 2 people left. Mechanic will have to do this room. And someone has to do this room. It's not quite so bad now. I do have the ability to add 2 assists. Mechanic doesn't mind if he gets hurt a bit. So the part's going to come here. Don't run out. I would much prefer to have taken a fucking damage than to have lost a dice. Give me 2 assists. Can't even clear the silent room. If I don't use this 2, but we'd have to hope for a 6. Oh my god, that's frustrating. I'll put all the dice into research and just take the 2 damage. Or I can put that dice into research get the assist and hope for a 6 or a 1. Right. I need a 6. I'm not going to liberate this 4 because that is an amount of repair and it's high on research anyway. Come on, give me a 6. No. In fact, the 4 is the least that I wanted. It is the regaining dice room, so having someone in here next turn round is not a bad idea, especially if they've got low amount of dice. We're taking 2 on the chin. I'm upset that we didn't clear it, but never mind. Next week we've got green 2 yellows. I'm pretty sure we can clear this one. Right. Got assists. Okay. Yeah, I figure clear it with those and +1 hull then, right? To make up for the fact that we are going to take 2 damage this turn.
Those people, are they us? What's happening to them? Are we seeing ourselves? Oh, that's insane. What's happening to us?
I don't want to just complain about my own wounds because I know you all have them and they need to be treated. +1 health for everybody, but +20 stress for them. -30 stress for them again. I need to take some time off, calm down. I keep thinking all of these crazy thoughts and I can't trust myself. +1 health for everyone would be good. We only actually give +1 to 2 people, and for the sake of 20% stresses, probably not worth it. I think the -30% stress. I don't want them two getting stressed. I want other people not getting stressed. So that's what we're going to do. I'm so tempted to make them eat meat. And it's a shame you do it that way around. We've got a green and a red coming in, but we do have this room here to resolve as well. In fairness, the pilot's going to do and get dice back. I can feed the specialist and the mechanic next turn, and the technician's going to be fine. No, I'm not going to eat anything. Right, it was 2 yellows and a green. Right, either way, the pilot's going to do this one. We need the assists so that we don't lose all the fecking dice. But it's gone, finally. Regain dice, and we'll stick that one in research. Right, okay. I'm not so worried about the injuries because we've got quite a lot of health, but certainly enough health to sustain it with technician. But this void I'm worried about. So I'm going to have the mechanic come in here, take care of this room, fingers crossed, and hopefully not lose a bloody dice. Good. wasted them on stasis, but fine. It is what it needs to be. Right, I don't mind re-rolling them, because the second time, if it's a void, it's only going to be a 1 anyway. It can make a whole lot of difference. And we need to have 7 off of 2 dice, which is statistically the most likely result. So, no, we don't need 7, sorry, we need 5. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. Yeah, I'll re-roll. Oh, we got 7. So, unfortunately, it's going to take all 3 dice, isn't it? Yeah, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. Alright, we'll finish that one. Right, sorted that room. You're going to get fed next turn. Technician can take care of this one. -1 dice for all is going to be bad, but the specialist, hopefully, if the technician can add some assists, then the specialist will be able to avoid poor rolls being statisted. And you can take the injury. You can take it on the chin. We'll keep the 6 for sure. We'll keep the 5. Actually, right. What is the current total? Current total is 21. That's 15 there. So far, if I get less than 4 on 2 dice, or less than 5, sorry, on 2 dice, I'll still be able to finish the room. Otherwise, I'll be able to shove that one on the more assists. Please, 5 or more. God for that. Okay, right. Assists, let's make sure that makes sense. Yes. Finished deployment. Leaving us with a specialist. Extra rerolls to ensure she clears this room and maybe even finish us with good amounts of assists. Or maybe even shove something in research. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, 15 off 3 dice is quite an ask. If you've played D&D, you understand that 15 is quite a high stat. But 2 sets of reroll with the ability to hold dice. Statistically. Yes, okay. We can clear out this room. We were never going to have the ability to increase assists because it was higher than 2 dice roll. I don't know what I was banging on about there. I was mistaken. Okay, right. The 2 people that need feeding with 2 food.
This makes any sense. It keeps changing. Is this real? Is this something that's happening now or something that's going to happen? Can we stop it? And if so, how?
Plus 2 assist, -1 holds, only +1 assist. But +1 dice for the people I'm going to feed anyway. We've got 2 yellows and a red to deal with. Oh my god. Just that would ultimately just be giving those 2 more. So having 1 assist for 1 hull is not efficient. You have to choose one of these, by the way. But that's absolutely pointless. That's just going to give them more stress for no reason. Although that hull point might actually turn out to be incredibly important. We would only have 4 left. And 2 yellows and a red could wipe that out in 2 turns. But fuck it, we'll have the assist. Technician is 1 dice down. Right, specialists have some food. Mechanic, you don't have to eat people this time. I might have actually feed them too. Cannibalism. Oh, I didn't point out you drop 1 maximum health point when you do that as well. 2 yellows and a red really is going to be difficult to sort out. Red is 2 people required even if they've got 5 dice. Most of the time anyway, like it can go above 30. I think I'm going to need those extra dice, but I'm not going to need those extra dice if it's just ancillary helping out. The last week I think you always only ever get 1 as well. No, I'm not going to give them the unnecessary stress. It affects your score at the end of the game. Okay, that was actually pretty tame. If I send the pilot into... Like, anyone else go into that room is going to take damage, but the pilot won't. And that's the one that I'm going to want to use the assists on, because you don't want to waste them on statuses. Stasis is... Yeah, I'm going to send the pilot in here. And hopefully he doesn't die, and hopefully he doesn't use every single assist. Uh... 6, 3 and 3 is 12, so that would be done. And I'm just going to get it done. Although, there's that hull repair. 3 points of hull would be huge. Oh, I wish you could see the ship when you're in this screen. But no one else can get in the room. I'll shove that one in research then. If someone else could have got in the room, then I would have gone for the repairing of the hull. But they couldn't. Right. Technician. Now, I think have the mechanic sort out the PTCS. Whatever the PTCS is. Not going to need to redeem dice, so whatever they have excess will go into research. Bloody dice. Okay, what have we got? We've got a total of 11. It gives you the total there, by the way. If we keep this 4 and re-roll the 2 1s, as long as we get more than 1s again, we can clear the room. Great. On 5 dice, just about managed to scrape a 13 repair. Goodness me. It's because you got picking bits of dead people's feet out of your teeth, that's why. Right, I have the specialists. Sorry, no, I'm going to have the technician do this room. With the fingers crossed, I will definitely have assists, so the specialists re-rolling stat special ability isn't just wasted by being sucked up by statuses. So roll. Oh, suits you, sir. Suits you. That's 20. I am going to add the 2 cysts. But the rest are going to go into repair. And this is now only a 12 room. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm going to get out with 4 people, aren't I? Okay. I think I'm going to get out with 4 people. It depends where the last issue is. If it's in the cockpit, then yes, I'm going to go with 4 people. Someone might have to sacrifice their life and stay behind, though. Perhaps on easy mode it's always in the cockpit, because it always seems to be. Right, you have assists. There's no way you are not getting this. Look at that. Look at that. That is 12 right there. So... I'm going to, for the sake of thematics, I'm going to do this. Everybody else is slightly healthier. Plus 1 die to all crew on the next one as well. Well, it doesn't matter what results I get there, does it, really? Okay, right. If we go 554 and put the 6 in there, right? Yep. If I'd have had a 6, then I'd have been able to not have to do that. But no point recovering her health. She's got a bit of a bruise. She's... Okay, this has gone remarkably well. This has gone incredible.
Made it. After all we've been through, there's no turning back. It's a suicide mission. But then again, maybe it always was.
I'd love to go to Mars, but I don't think I'll be very much use in Mars. On Mars. We don't need food. We're about to land. I'd rather not risk the hull, but we have to risk the hull one way or another. One health for one hull we did earlier. Food is not going to be necessary. It's only 1 yellow. So yeah. Have some health. Right, fingers crossed it's in the capsule and we don't need to leave anybody behind. Yep, it is. At least 1 crew member must be in flight control for your mission to be a success. In addition, the ship must survive this final week. Any crew left behind will be remembered for their brave duty. Right. I don't want to end up inadvertently losing people to rolling 6 3s. So I want to get that sorted with someone that has a lot of life and is able to replenish the assists that they might not themselves use. Right, okay, if we roll 4. No, we didn't. Right, we'll replenish the assist. And we'll shove 1 in research. Technician needs some help. Pilot, would you like to help? Given that your dice rolling doesn't do anything other than that. Solid. We used both 6s. We can put the 4 down there. Okay. Crew in flight crew in flight control will deploy to Mars. The ship must survive the turn. It is going to survive the turn. Specialists, get in here. You know, I'm going to fill up our research to full. Hopefully, that's a 2. That's a 5. We only need a 3. Seven. 7 excess food. Why not? With a 2 in there. Sodding 2. Come on. Sodding 6. Of course it is. Oh, I could have used that one and put the 2 in there, couldn't I? But I was sure I'd be able to get another research point. Now it's completely useless. It's a 6 that doesn't do anything. Go on, we'll call home for the sake of thematics. We will leave that module and a dice on the table. So stress is very low. The guy that 8 people still relatively stressed. Let's see what he comes in with. Come on then. There we go. Right, okay. There we go. I don't think you get score. I don't know how much you get for your research points versus how much you get for your dice left over. But we're not going to get anything for research points, and I'm not going to be able to science it for the YouTube channel if I don't. Like if I use them all. So we'll finish deployment as that.
There were times I thought we'd never make it. Times I doubted it would even be here if we did. But there it is at last. Mars. It's time to learn the truth.
That went far better than any game I've ever played.
Mission accomplished. Do not expect survivors.
Tharsis. I have fucking no idea what's going on in the storyline. Absolutely no fucking idea at all. That makes no sense to me at all. Anyway, right, let's have a look at the score. Final score was 1,735 on easy. Right, so dice, we would have had 4 more, and there were 3 each. Research, we would have had none, and they're worth 5 each, so keeping the research was the better choice. 1 event remaining now, 5% stress. Now, they made it there. I'm not quite sure what they planned on doing when they landed on the surface, but you know, whatever. Anyway, right, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That was Tharsis. I played it on easy so I could get to the end of the game and show you the weird storyline type shit. But normally I play it on normal or hard. Hard is insanely hard, but we're at 1 minute 20 now, and I'm not going to do another game. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. See you in a bit.